Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you, guys. I'm so excited, nervous, and excited. Let's see who we got in here. You new? Hey, sis. How you doing? Elizabeth Brown, welcome in. Miss Unbiased LLC, thank you so much. Appreciate you coming over. How you doing, Miss B and fam? Thank you for coming over. MTGV TV, thank you so much for coming. Rashonda, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Hey, J Red. Thank you guys so much for coming in. What's up, my girl, Tay Life? How are you? Hey, be looking for an email from me. I got something to ask you. So be checking your email. Katrina, welcome in. Thank you so very much for stopping in. Pandy Hair, how you doing today? Happy Saturday, everybody. At It Again Media, what's up, sis? How are you? Welcome in, Miss Patty. Thank you so very much for joining. Salon Diva, hey, how you doing? Welcome in. Thank you. Uh-oh, chat jumped on me. Let's see. What did I miss? Whoop, whoop. Beautiful. Oh, thank you, Tay Life. How you doing, Coach Mary Ma? How are you? Happy Saturday. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, so welcome in. I am having a wonderful Saturday morning. I woke up a little bit after 6, but it was about 6:15. And so I got in on Tam Tam, and I've been watching everybody since. So these are very hard acts to follow, and all the energy that Six Bows brings. So I hope I can keep you guys' attention for my hour, but welcome in so very much. Hi, Ruthie. Thank you so much for popping in. Hey, Odom. What's up? Hey, Six Bows. Thank you, guys. And I think I said Coach Mary Ma. I got you. Okay. So today, what I have going on, you guys know, basically I'm a mukbang channel. So I did do a little food up over on the side, but mostly I want to chit chat with you guys. And also we're going to be chopping it up, and I'm going to ready to bring him on here. My son, Coach Phil, Coach Phil Reacts 425. So you guys will get to know a little bit about me as his mother. And then he's going to tell you about his YouTube channel and how he got started, and then how he got his mother started. So without any further, my son, Philip, I told you to comb your hair and stuff before you got on.
No, see, what had happened
What
was
had happened was, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. I
it's
called him
early in
at
the
the
morning.
halfway mark, y'all.
What am I supposed to do? It's early in the morning. I couldn't find my pick. I'm up. I'm
Oh
moving.
my
Okay.
goodness.
I
Oh
don't. I
wow.
got my do rag. Hold on. I got my do rag. Let
No,
me.
that's all right. You look fine. I'd rather see your hair. So you guys welcome in my son, Philip. And we're just gonna, hey Nate the Great, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Hey Lala Red, thank you so much. I enjoyed your hour this morning, Lala Red, and the cookies, crumble cookies. I just went to crumble cookies maybe, I don't know, last month sometime. And we were out and about and saw a crumbles cookie. All this time I've never had it. But there were a couple cookies that I really enjoyed. So yeah, you want to welcome the people in like you normally do.
Welcome in, everybody. What y'all say? Hey, hey, hey! It's Yaya's time. Yaya time. What you say? Yaya time. Yaya time. Okay, Yaya time.
So y'all know that's our intro. If you're new here to Yaya's Best Life, we welcome each and every one of you, and we're so thankful to be a part of this live-a-thon today, and looking forward to just kind of chopping it up and chit-chatting and getting to know some new people. I'm trying something new today. I don't know if it'll work. I do have Nightbot on. So feel free to type YAYA, YAYA. And sometimes it takes a little bit for it to come on after you go live, and it'll drop your link. So if there's someone that you don't know, then be sure to go and check them out. First off, I want to thank Big Rooster for sponsors, not the word, but coordinating this event. I think it's really good for us and for the community. And I am so excited to be here today. So thank you, Big Rooster. Welcome in Madam Soul Food. Thank you so very much. A good friend, good sis. I appreciate you joining. Ezra and Rael, thank you guys so very much for joining us today. Welcome in. So, Philip.
Yes.
What kind of conversation do you got for the peeps today, baby? You want to tell them this is Coach Phil. What is it? Coach Phil Reacts 425.
Coach Phil Reacts 425.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you want to tell them about your channel? Oh, welcome in, Cynthia. Hey, sis, how are you?
Okay. Where do I even start with my channel? My channel is unscripted, unfiltered reactions.
I'm always sending him comments saying, "Did you have to say it like that?" Go ahead.
I did. No, it's I do football reactions. I react to Canadian football, obviously NFL, college football, different leagues around the country that do football. I've seen a lot of different types of football over the last year and a half or so. So it's fun. It's a lot of fun to be doing that and get the recognition for that. For doing it, and recently it's been Canadian football. NFL is a little harder because you got to deal with copyrights and all the other stuff. Boy,
that's my grandbaby back there. Hopefully, you guys will get to meet him. Is he still asleep?
Boy, are you awake?
Don't bring him on the screen looking like he just woke up. I told you to have him and my baby together.
He was up till 2:00 in the morning.
Doing what?
Playing video games.
I should have known. He's 10, you guys. Okay, go ahead. So tell us how you got started doing reaction videos.
Come here. Come say hi to Yaya and the peeps.
Welcome in, Tam. Thank you so very much. Okay, so it looks like Nightbot is working. Thank you, you knew. So it says smash that like button if you haven't already. So far, so good with that. So I think you guys again can type YAYA, YAYA, and it'll drop your link. Welcome in, Jazzy V. How you doing? Thanks for joining.
Can you get the other controller? That one's dying.
Oh my goodness, Jer.
How you doing, Jer?
Hi.
Come here.
Is he dressed?
Put a shirt on.
Yeah, he can't get on the screen without a shirt on.
No, but my channel is pretty much just I love football. I've been coaching for 10 years, and one day I finally just was like, man, I've seen a lot of reactions and people doing videos, and this was about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, and I saw people doing it. I was like, man, I can do the exact same thing. And one of my boys was like, bro, you should do that. You're funny. You'd be really good at this. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just a lot to get into YouTube, and everybody does it. Everything's watered down. But I finally just one day was sitting at home and I was like, let me see if I can do this. And I made my first reaction about a year ago, and we've been rolling ever since. And I was originally doing reactions of just other funny things on YouTube that I thought I did. Jerry Springer, which was funny. I did. Don't go.
Y'all, let me tell y'all, when Philip was a kid, or I don't know, not a little kid, but I guess middle school, he always liked that stuff that, of course, I didn't like. Like, what was the little stupid shows you like, The Big Guy, and what's that other one with the yellow people?
The Simpsons.
The Simpsons. I couldn't stand The Simpsons. All that kind of stuff. I would not let him watch that on my TV in the living room. He had to watch that on his TV in his room. But so he's always like Boondocks and all that kind of stuff. He likes that kind of stuff. So yeah, when he first started his channel, he was up there doing that Jerry Springer crap. Go ahead, baby.
So I did Jerry Springer reactions. I did other things, other YouTube content creators. And then one day I finally just like, let me just do a football video. Let me just see what it's about because I like sports, whatever. And then turn the volume down, boy.
You have a remote.
I don't have the remote. I have the remote.
Welcome in, Crafty Leo. Thank you, sis. Appreciate you coming in. 755 Media. How are you? Thank you for joining us today.
1 second. Let me get this boy situated.
Did he put a shirt on so he can come and speak to the people?
Jared, put a shirt on.
Put a shirt on so you can come and speak and say hi.
Come like you are, man.
No, he can't come with you. No, he
Be
can't.
original.
He can't come without a shirt on.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
no.
Now put your shirt on.
Welcome in, Maria. Thank you so much, MRTV.
Here's the controller. Come here.
So you knew I saw you type YAYA. I don't know if anybody else has tried it. Maybe my Nightbot is not working, but I just typed it in lowercase. So you can try that again and see if it drops your link. Thanks for testing that for me. Okay, go ahead, Philip.
So one day I finally was like, let me just do a football reaction, and it did okay, and I was like, okay, I can do this. I felt comfortable. I felt all right doing it, and it wasn't forced. It felt natural. And then I discovered I was doing NFL reactions. I was saying a lot of things I probably shouldn't have said about the NFL, and the Seahawks were losing, and I'm a big Seahawks fan, so it was easier to do that. And then one day I was like, okay, I need something different. I need something that stands out. And I did the Canadian Football League, and the Canadian Football League has been my niche because the Canadian football starts in spring while the NFL is done. So I did the Canadian Football League, and I've been rolling with it ever since. And it's been a lot of fun. I've got a lot of recognition for it with other people in the Canadian Football League, and it's been fun.
You had from the Canadian Football League, you had some top players contact you for interviews, and
I had guys hit me up, and I finally found my like I said, we've talked about it before. I found my niche, and I had guys from the Canadian Football League that hit me up, guys that like my videos on Instagram, and they shared it out, and it's been really good. It's been fun.
Well, good. So again, I guess my Nightbot's not working very good. So if you guys, Philip, if you want to, let me see what else isn't working. If you want to drop your link, I think you're a mod, so I think you'll be able to drop your link in there. I'm on StreamYard, so I'm not sure how things are working. Welcome in, Brian. I see you. Oh no, that's on a different one. I don't see Brian. I forgot. Let me switch over. Okay. So now, Philip, would you like to tell? I've never done a Q&A since I've done YouTube. And a lot of you that have followed me for a while, you know how I got started on YouTube. We are from we sport Seahawks. We are from the Pacific Northwest, Seattle, Washington. And just before COVID hit, we moved to Florida, Tim and I. My son and my grandson are still in Washington, and the rest of my family, my siblings and my parents are in Washington State.
Please.
But I got started doing YouTube because my son kept calling me, and I retired a few years ago. And he kept calling and saying, well, what are you doing? I'd say nothing, watching TV, blah, blah, blah. And so then he started telling me to go watch these mukbang people. And I was like, well, what's a mukbang or whatever? And so he gave me some names. Of course, B Love and what's the other guy? Who else did you have? Lips. And so I started watching them. Get in the camera, baby.
Hey, Jer.
Are you going to wave and say hi? You see Papa? Well, can he see? Yeah.
He ain't got his glasses on.
You ain't got your glasses on?
I'm
Philip.
dying from a game.
Huh?
I'm dying from a game.
You're dying for your game. Well,
No,
you
he's
can.
dying from a game. He's being killed in his game.
Oh, you're dying from your game?
Yep.
You guys, that's Jeremiah. That's my grandson.
Let me get back on my Fortnite.
I used to be, and me and Pawpaw used to be number one, but not anymore.
Still is number one. I don't know about
Well,
I'm one that's still number one now. I don't know about you.
Shut
but
up,
I'm
Tia.
still number one.
Well, yeah, him and Pawpaw are connected. He dogs Yaya out. I don't know why. Okay, so I'm digressing from what I was talking about, and I'll get back to that. But the reason why I am Yaya is because when I found out I was going to have a grandchild, it was like I didn't want to be a big mama. I didn't want to be a mud deer because my grandmother was mud deer, which is fine. I didn't want to be a nana. I didn't, not that anything's wrong with any of those names. I didn't want to be called grandma, granny, or none of that because, you know, I'm too cute to be some grandma or what is it, granny. So I looked up grandmother in all the different languages. And I came across Yaya, which is German for grandmother. And I was like, oh, I likes that. That sounds cute or whatever. So that's how I became Yaya. And then when I started the channel, I was Yaya's Best Life because I had retired. But back to what I was talking about. Yeah, so he was like, go look at these people. So I started looking at these people eating or whatever. And as I always tell you, okay, I fixed some food over there too. And as I always tell y'all, Yaya can always feed her face. So I was like, okay, well, I'll do this mukbang thing. So for the last year, we've been doing mukbangs. And it was like, okay, I can't keep eating all this food and stuff. So as you guys have noticed this year, I kind of switched the channel up and added some new things to it. And I'm looking forward to doing some additional things as well, adding some more interviews. And a couple of weeks ago, I did an interview with Lashes Journey and Juicing with Jay and a friend of mine from Washington talking about healthy eating. And you guys know I've been on my healthy eating journey and trying to bring my husband along the way with me.
I'm gonna eat me some meat.
Well, you do get
I'm getting my chicken. Getting my chicken.
So, anywho, that's how Yaya got started on YouTube. My son got me started. And I am appreciative because I met all of you nice people. How you doing, Mona? Thanks for joining. Merton and Sue, thank you guys so very much for joining. Welcome in.
Hey, Dad.
This is my son for all of you that just joined, and he was just telling us about what he does on his YouTube channel. And his channel name is
Coach Phil Reacts 425.
Coach Phil Reacts 425. So yeah, you guys go check him out. And he's not too bad unfiltered. He might say a couple little things, but other than that, he's pretty cool kid. Cool guy.
No, I'm not as bad as I used to be.
No, he is not as bad as he used to be, y'all. Oh my gosh, he was something else.
Yeah.
Not that he got in trouble, but he is his mother's child, and he did have a mouth on him. So do you want to tell the people a little bit about your mother? Nothing negative. About growing up with your mom. Give them an opportunity to know a little bit about me.
Jerry, you got anything
grown now, so speak positive about your mother.
Do you have anything nice to say about Yaya?
Of course he does.
Growing up with Yaya. Come here.
He loves his Yaya.
What do you have nice to say about Yaya before Daddy says something?
I don't know.
He said, I don't know.
I don't know.
What you got to say about me, Jerry?
What do you have to say about Papa?
I don't know.
Are they nice?
Yeah, well, wait till I see you then. I don't know either.
He shook his head, said, yeah.
What did Papa used to do for you when you started daycare? Where did you guys go every morning before you went to daycare?
Express.
What did he say?
Panda Express.
It wasn't Panda Express.
It was McDonald's, boy.
It was McDonald's. Every morning that he took him to McDonald's. So he's a spoiled little kid.
No, growing up with you as I've gotten older, it's funny looking back. I get so many memories of, when you grow up, when you're growing up and you think your parents are like super tough on you. Well, Ike was mean. Ike was tough.
He calls Tim Ike.
Ike was
That's
tough.
a story, but we won't go down that path. He used to call us Ike and Tina, but anyway, go ahead, tell your story without exposing.
No, I got it. No, okay. Growing up with you was funny just because I knew I had my mom in my corner. I knew no matter what happened, I had backup. And going to school was always funny because I knew I was going to do something stupid, but I knew my mama was not going to let anybody mess with me. So I was protected. And I think I pushed the limits one too many times, but it was fun.
It wasn't that Philip was so much bad and did stuff to other people or no fighting or anything like that, because he knew he was going to get a whooping if he went home. He wasn't taught like that. It's just that he had a mouth on him and he's the only child. And so a lot of times they didn't understand his language why he spoke the way he did, because when I did have to go up there and have conference, it's like he spoke for his age at the time. The other kids weren't speaking that way. And that was because I never baby talked and I always spoke just straight up. So his words were very articulate and they were bigger words than kids, maybe his peers in first grade or what have you. So
I just thought it was normal. I thought everybody had a mama like mine. I always thought everybody had a similar upbringing.
He's just now at, I don't know how old you are, almost
28.
He's just now understanding that every household is different. You don't know what's going on behind people's doors. Somebody wants to know what I'm sipping on. Who was that? April Showers. Merlot, ma'am. I am sipping on some Merlot. And I wanted to welcome in my friend, Cornisha. I haven't talked to you in a long time. I see you on. I saw your name scroll by. So thank you so very much for joining. Thank you for dropping Philip's channel. I appreciate that. You and I are going to have to talk again because I don't know why my night box is not working. But hey, the J Jordan. Thank you for joining us. Okay, Philip, go ahead.
But it was fun. It was always fun. It was always like I said, it was always me, you, Ike, whatever dog we had. We had Molly, we had Carmelo, and then we got Dougie.
Dougie had no get right.
No, none whatsoever.
That was the Rottweiler that Philip bought in.
At 6 weeks.
And I let him do it.
Mm-hmm.
But we had Molly, and Molly was the
alpha. She was the ace mace boom boom.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome in, Educated Natural. Thank you so very much for joining.
Still got Molly. It's sitting right over there on the entertainment unit.
Her ashes, y'all. That was our first dog. We still talk about her, and she's been gone.
Oh.
How long she been gone, Philip?
10 plus
over
years.
5. Oh, well, yeah.
More than that.
More than that. Yeah, about 8 years.
God, it's been that long since she died.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it was always fun because we always had each other. We always knew you can come to the compound if you want to, but if we call it the house or the compound, and for y'all in the chat, and you can come there if you want to, but you may not make it out. And it was always fun. It was always you had good laughs.
We had a bunch of football parties all the time. Family would come over. That's when Yaya used to cook a whole bunch. It took a long time.
What are you talking about? You used to cook a whole. You didn't do no cooking. What
Tell
are you
the
talking
truth.
about?
Well, Tim used to cook a lot, but I cooked too. What are you talking about?
One dish. That was about it.
Greens.
Yeah, I cooked my collard greens, but we used to have big old pots and stuff.
You cooked greens and that was it.
Huh?
You cooked greens and that was it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Look, like, start double teaming on me
That's
again.
what I'm talking about.
Right, it's true. You put your. I'm not hating. That's not the way you cook now. Is not how you cook then.
No. Sure enough.
And it's like I'd be jealous because I'd be like, hey, I had to eat McDonald's. We ate McDonald's a lot, so I was like, what? Why can't you?
That's because Tim was eating McDonald's. Well, yeah, I've gotten older and wiser.
Yeah.
And I think at that time I was going through menopause, and anybody who's going through menopause, hey, I wasn't trying to do hardly nothing, not too much of anything except for stay cool. Shut up, Tim.
You didn't do.
Like you try to act like I didn't know what I tell all the time.
Oh, don't even.
No, I did not know what menopause was as a kid, and I wasn't supposed to.
I did.
But then I was like, why is she so hateful? Why is she so mean? Why is she this, that, the third?
When you see that sweat on top of that forehead, or you getting ready to pause.
Or she clenched that blue denim jacket that she had that she never buttoned up, but she would clench it. And it was scary because I was like, okay, I'm in trouble. I'm finna get a whooping. Either way. I would take. We didn't say take our L back then, but we in a way I took my L. Like, all right, whatever. Okay, all right.
I kind of had Philip later in life. I was in my late 30s.
36.
You don't have to tell everything.
I do.
So therefore, yeah, I wasn't taking no mess or whatever. Then I had to go up there to the school with all them young people or whatever. And this,
what do you mean?
They were young.
There was times in the beginning before we met you that I was going up to the school.
You were going up to the daycare. That was it. That was then. The daycare. There wasn't no school then.
Well, same thing.
Mr. Lord.
He was still running his mouth up there. I had to go up there and hold my head high.
No. Mr. Lawrence would just pinch me on the low, and then she would sit there and make you sit in the corner. That was, but that's God rest her soul. But that, oh God.
I found good daycares for Philip. This was a woman that was from Chicago, and it was an older woman, black woman. And I knew how Philip was or whatever. I wasn't going to send him to any daycare because, you know, I wasn't right either. So I didn't want to be in there fussing and saying bad stuff to people or whatever. So I found the right woman to take him to. And he would tell me that sometimes she did pinch him or whatever, or she would grit her teeth at him. And I would just laugh because, you know, sometimes with your kids, you got to find the right, you know, grandma type person to take your child to that they gonna help you out with him or whatever, because he was doing too much for me. But anyway,
like you made it seem like I was just jumping off the walls and jumping off the banners. You know, it wasn't that bad. I just had a foul mouth.
You were.
Okay, a little bit I was, but still.
And now, y'all, he had the nerves to get jealous. Do you hear me? Philip did pretty good as a kid or whatever. He played football. He played basketball. Yaya spent much money on him. He was on traveling basketball teams. Philip did a lot for that. A lot of kids, you know, have not had the opportunity to do. And then when his son was born or whatever, he had the nerves to be jealous for what we did for my grandbaby or whatever.
He's a heathen.
He is not a heathen.
He is. And he is. That's the thing about it. Jer is, how would you describe Jeremiah?
Jeremiah is a nice young man. That's our baby. He lived with us until he was 5, my grandson. What'd he say? He loved him some Yaya and Pawpaw. He couldn't understand why we left and moved to Florida or whatever. But shoot, after a while, you got to go ahead and do what you got to do. Philip had to pull up his bootstraps and he had to be daddy on his own or whatever. So Yaya had to go live her best life.
Oh, please. You weren't even thinking about best life then. I put you on. Let's be real.
When I moved to Florida is when it became my best life.
That is true. I will give you that.
I got you out of my pockets, and we could do for us, huh? You
No,
guys, thank you so much for listening to us. J Red said, I had my grandma. I went and stayed with her when I told my mama I was grown. But she taught me so much. Yes, yes, absolutely. So, life is that circle of life is something else. But I enjoy the fact that my son is finally grown up and that he is taking care of his son. And everything is not always perfect in your house, but you got to look and think about, what did I do? What am I thankful for that I did do? And I was raised with both of my parents. And that's not to say if you're a single mom or a single dad or whatever, that your kids did not have a good life. I'm just saying I was raised with both of my parents. And Philip was raised with me, not his biological father, but Tim had always been in his life. And I'm glad to pass that on, that he gained that knowledge, that even though his son and his mother are not together, he takes care of his son. And I'm so thankful and appreciative about that.
Sure enough.
That he got that and that he takes care of his baby.
Because you mess with my little dude, or mess with 3, you was gonna get the salmon, bat, and Molly.
Oh yeah, true that.
No, it was always fun.
Badass, welcome in, badass. Thanks for joining.
We had more good times than we had bad, and we had times where it was just funny. And then when Jared came in the picture, it was like, oh my goodness, it revolved around him. He brought a different light to the family.
But you still was kind of in baby zone is not what I want to say, but you still was used to us doing for you too.
Oh yeah.
And then when Jared came in the picture, because you were young when you had him, but when Jared came in the picture, you had to relinquish. And
I was young. I didn't know how to handle parenthood. Yeah. And now that I'm older, Jared's like, I hate when people say this, like he's my friend. Jared will never be my friend. Let's be real about that. But Jared's like, I couldn't imagine my life without him.
Okay, Ruthie.
Yep, I hear you there.
Yeah, sleazy. I think that's how you say it. Basically, Coach Phil spoiled. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, he was spoiled. Mm-hmm. But you guys, you know what? We had a hard patch. When you make that separation and your child, you know that they doing grown things and they telling you that they grown or whatever, but then on the other hand, they still using you in a way as a child. Going through that cycle is really, really rough. Well, for us, I'll speak for us. It was rough and it was difficult. And we did have a really hard time and tears were shed or whatever. And for a mother, especially, it's basically like you turning your back on your child because you can't keep doing the same thing you were doing with them when you were raising them and being there for them, because, you knew they really didn't know any better. But when you want to do what you want to do and how you want to do it and you ain't trying to listen, it's time for you to get ghost. It's time for you to have your own spot with your own key, and you can open and close your own door, because you can't do that with mine. And so making that transition is a little bit difficult, but we made it through it, didn't we? It was ugly, and I mean, it got to be ugly sometimes. Mm-hmm. And them conversations were really hard. And since I've been here in Florida, we've still had some conversations, and it's like, look, and so now he got a clue, and I got a clue about some things. And I grew up in a time where your parents didn't really apologize. You just do what I tell you to do, when I tell you to do it, how I tell you to do it. When I say jump, you jump. That's how I grew up. And
that was always like the weird thing, was people always, even to this day, are like, how do you and your mom talk to each other like that? And I'm like, that's
Dad, how do you get on the map?
how it's always been. We're very direct with each other, super duper direct.
And Anne Marie said, don't forget to turn the clocks back tonight. Anne Marie, baby, we in 2022. If you got a wind up clock, yeah, you can set it back, but everybody got cell phones now, and it automatically does it for you.
Well, that's just her terminology.
I'm sorry. I just had to say it. You know I'm gonna say something about it.
Let's see. There was some comments in here. Hold on, Philip. I wanted to catch where people...
and set the clock back in your car, okay? Because don't get in your car and you set the clock back in the house, and then you get in your car and you look at that, you're like, oh, it ain't time. And you go back in there and lay down and go to sleep. That's a big mistake. I did that once before.
Yep. Okay, I'm up where Anne Marie says about the clocks getting, so you guys don't forget that about the clocks. And April Shower says, preach, Yaya. You know, I mean, it took a little bit for us to get to where we got to, but it's truth. So we just speaking truth. Hey, Juicing with Jay. I see someone speaking to Juicing with Jay. I'm so glad you're here. Merton and Sue says, so true, but I can't do it yet. LOL. Yeah, let's see. Well, yeah, I hear you. And you have to really, you got to be ready for it. And the time will come. You know, mine just happened to be, okay, you're not hearing anything. I was one of those mothers that, I didn't want to be one of those mothers that my child did no wrong. You know, if somebody came and said something, you know, I assess the situation, and I'm an analyst by trade, you know, in my profession when I worked. So I do analyze things. And so I would let people say, when the school would tell me things, I didn't just automatically, you know, you doing this to my child or my child that. And plus on top of that, I knew how he acted at home. So how you act at home is how you gonna act in public or whatever, you know. Although Philip was a little bit different because, well, like Sleazy said, he was spoiled. So he was cool at home, but then when he would go out in public or whatever, he wanted to run his mouth and tell people what to do because he was trying to be me. So, you know, he had to learn he couldn't be me at 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 years old to the people at the school. But yeah, you have to be ready to make that disconnect. But that time will come. They'll get on your last nerve. Jay Red said, my mother never gave up on me, and I put her through hell, in and out of jail, etc. But I changed. Let me see. But I changed my life around, and she stood by me. Absolutely, yes. And even though, you know, there was times, it took Philip a long time. He was quite old. He probably was like maybe 17 before he ever like spoke really negative to me. My dad used to always tell me, you got really good control over him. But
I wasn't stupid.
Yeah, he didn't want that. He didn't want that broom handle. No, I didn't hit it with that broom handle.
So I got a funny story. I've told you. You remember this story.
Is it something I want you to tell? That I'm okay with you telling?
Yeah. You should, because this is when I finally realized what menopause was. Going back to that, I finally realized. Like I thought I was a badass. I thought I knew everything. This was middle school. I got in trouble for passing notes. And this was stupid. It was stupid. I got written up, and then I got sent home. They sent Ike to come. You sent Ike to come get me because Chat. She always sent Ike to come get me.
I got tired of being embarrassed.
Right. So Ike came and got me. I remember getting in the car, and we didn't live far from the school. It was like around the corner and up the block. I don't know how this is humanly possible. But I got home. You were sitting at the computer. You didn't say a single word to me. No, I take that back. You said, go to your room. I was like, all right, I went to my room. I go to my room. Everything in my room was gone except for the hardwood floor. And I'm sitting there scratching my head like, first of all, I'm like, looking back on analyzing the situation, as you said, analyze. How did y'all move all that stuff so fast It was only like an hour.
It don't take me long.
It didn't take Tim long.
You know?
I was mad as all get out. I told Tim, I was like, get everything out of there. Only thing was in there was a bucket, and the only reason why it didn't work for him that was because Tim said, Carla, you cannot do that, because I was not gonna let him come out that room. And y'all know what that bucket was for in there, okay? There was nothing in there, nothing on the walls, no bed, no nothing, no games, no everything, no nothing. Because he had got kicked out of school and he was going to stay in that room and he wasn't going to come to the bathroom. He wasn't doing nothing. I wasn't looking at him at all whatsoever. And then Tim says, Carla, you can't do that. You can't put a bucket in there and make him stay in there.
I stuck up for something. I stuck up for something, but no. That bucket remind me of the outhouse when I used to have to go out there to the bathroom when I was growing up.
I was done. I don't know. See, how old were you in middle school?
It was sixth grade. I was about 12, 13 years old.
I was, that 13, 8-year-old, and they be feeling themselves or whatever. I came from the hard knocks. My dad didn't play. You do what I say when I say it, and don't ask no questions at all whatsoever. So I'm dating myself, but yeah, you can't be doing that these days. But I did remove all that stuff out that room. He did sleep in there on that hardwood floor. I did have a blanket in there for you.
One measly blanket. Like,
he still didn't learn his lesson, y'all.
You had Molly in there. She laid down next to you.
Welcome in, Tracy. She says, right. Mama is always the best teacher, Sleazy says. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But now having a kid, a 10-year-old, I'm realizing, okay, the impact you make as a parent is so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Impact is everything. Well,
I remember back when my grandmama, which I call Mama, she always said, when you have kids, they're going to be 10 times worse than what you were. 10 times worse than what you were.
And I was the one in my family, and I come from a family of 8, so 6 siblings and my mom and my dad. And I'm the second. And yes, I was always outside of the box.
Mm-hmm.
And I came up in the 60s. I was outside of the box, and my dad, oh gosh, he didn't really know what to do with me. So yeah, I did get a lot of whoopings. That's back in the day when you could whoop your kids or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Although my dad was cool with the whoopings because he just took the belt and you got whooped on your butt. Now, my mama was the one, she let you go few far in between getting whoopings. But what she did, you could move and jump around and thrash all on that bed and you was going to get hit where you got hit, you know. So, and she talked when she whooped too. I told you not. And you was getting a lick every time. So, Philip should be happy he didn't have to go through that. Let's see. Cynthia says, I definitely understand, and I'm transitioning right now. They're hard, but must be had to have a beautiful relationship with the adult child. It is. It's nice. Once you can get over that mountain and you have them tough conversations, and sometimes folks got to go to therapy or whatever. Once you get over that, it's like we can laugh and talk about it now. And what I am thankful for is that Philip and I have been able to do this, and his son, my grandson, is only 10. And so I'm hoping that this will help him to be better than I was, do better than I did. And take the good that I did and, use it with your own son. So,
because back when we was growing up, when that street light came on, you knew what that meant. You knew what that meant when that street light came on. Your butt better be in the house, or if not, you locked out. Knock on the door all you want, you ain't getting in.
Miss Patty said, tell the truth, Yaya. I know exactly what you're talking about. We raised a male. Yeah, and it's different raising a male child. J Red, I was a problem kid too. I'm glad my mom didn't give up on me either. Yes.
Things, but today's kids, it's like the old saying goes, it takes a village to raise one.
Yes, it does. But the world is not like it was back in the day, because when we was kids, everybody in your neighborhood, you knew each other, parents knew each other. You set out on the I was born and raised in Kansas, in the Midwest. And, so on Saturday and Sundays, the men in the neighborhood was out with the cars, working on their cars if that was necessary, or going fishing. Neighbors knew each other and stuff. And if you were on a block that you weren't supposed to be on, and you were supposed to be walking up to the corner store maybe, or whatever, you got told on by the neighbors. If they was driving up the road and they saw you and you was somewhere you wasn't supposed to be, you got told on, and it's not like that anymore.
Yeah, you wave at them, hey, such and such, and thinking everything is cool. And then when you get home, you like, what was you doing over there on such and such? I would, yeah, you was, because such and such told me, called me and told me you was.
Yeah, Miss So-and-so said that.
So yeah, hold on, as they say now, you got snitched on.
April Shower says, I love these type of shows, helpful. Oh, well, thank you so very much. I hope you guys are. We just chatting. MTGVTV says parenthood will grow you up quick. Absolutely. Yes, it will. Especially if you are engaged with your child and you're not expecting your parents. And see, my mother already had 6 kids. And my mother is the type that she wasn't going to raise our kids, but we were raised in a way that was not an expectation. It was like, when I got my first job or whatever, I think the water bill was only like about $10 back then. We each had to have a little piece of a bill, that we had to pay or whatever when we started our little jobs and stuff. So, back then, parents kind of taught their kids a little different, and they didn't give. And because there was things that I didn't like, I did give more. Yes, I did give more to my son. Oh, I missed some stuff up here. Juicing with Jay and the Big Rooster. Thank you guys so very much for the cash. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I missed that. I just looked up and saw that. Yeah. But if I did it all over again, I would do things a little bit different, but that ain't happening. So,
Can you do it?
I just try to encourage my son to do better with his child.
You see me doing something, don't you?
Yeah,
Elizabeth Brown says, sure will. MGV, especially when they become teenagers. Absolutely. Welcome in, Tori Brain Game. I hope you're still here. I'm sorry that I'm just getting down to you or whatever, because, we got to chatting here. Thank you for joining us. Miss T with the T. I hope you're still here too. Thank you so very much for joining. Just family talking. Right, I was just about to say that. Car, I missed what that conversation was.
That was about the clocks. Clocks.
Oh, okay. J Red, that is good. She stuck by you because, baby, I was thrown to the wolves. And absolute, Katrina, I hear you. And I've had friends, and that has happened with them as well. So, yeah.
Thanks.
What's he wanting? Wanting something?
Huh? Yeah, he's bugging me about this game.
Oh, bugging you about his game?
Yeah.
Well, you need to limit that too. Anne Marie says, J Red, my mom would say, I hope you have a kid that acts like you. Thank God Riz is law enforcement. LOL. These kids better not test me. I hear that.
I've learned now with him, now that he's older, it's a war. He's never really given me any problems. He's never really been, he knows to toe the line with me. Jared does. But it's more when he goes to school, when it's the war. And I'm discovering that more and more every year.
Yeah. But I guess it's okay. Well, Philip is in the school system. And he's had some little things he's had to go through when the two parents aren't together or whatever. But through prayer and through looking within yourself and making changes in your own life and stuff, as we say, God is good, right, Philip?
And a lot of unended threats. Let's put it like that.
To him,
yeah.
And
he's called my bluff a couple times. He's called my bluff, so I was half tempted for there a while.
Yeah, well, that's just part of learning how to communicate. But now Jared will be going to the school where his dad teaches at, so that's going to be really, really good for him. Really,
I'm
really
excited
good
for that.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of things in the works right now, and YouTube as well. So just staying focused on that and staying busy, and dad life never stops.
Sure enough.
Nope, it never stops. Never. And parenting never stops, but it changes how if Philip is having something going on or going through something, how I communicate with him is different than when he was a kid or whatever. It's more of listening and just being encouraging and being there and asking questions of how they want their life to be or whatever, versus saying, this is what you should do, telling them what to do. So, yeah, it's a cycle. I am so happy mine didn't turn out like me. That's what.
Thank you, you knew, for getting the trolls out the way.
Oh, was there trolls in here?
Yep.
Trolls. Oh, was it? I missed what they say. They say something nasty.
No, it was a bot.
I ain't even hardly down.
Scroll, got to go all the way down.
Oh,
you knew, got him.
Okay, thank you. Oh, now I see the juicing with Jay, and I'm slow. Welcome in, Unique Speaks. Thank you so very much. I need to move. I've been running my mouth. Only thing Nightbot did for me is smash the like button, and I hope you guys did that. I'm gonna have to work on the other stuff. I wanted you guys to be able to drop your links, but I'll eventually get that fixed. So, Dominique, I'm so glad you're in. Dominique I'm gonna hand off to Dominique LeBleu. So I do know that. Welcome in, welcome in. So that's who I'll be handing off to in about 10 minutes, 5-6 minutes here. Thank you so much, Merton and Sue. I will appreciate you stopping in and visiting with us. Jay Red said, yes, scared for nothing. My mama wasn't even mean.
She still put the fear of God in you, didn't she?
Oh, Philip was. No, Philip's mama was mean. Miss Patty said, how does it go? Snitches get stitches these days by the children. Tell something on them if you want to. I know that's right. Okay, so how come I'm still seeing that?
She got rid of it.
Oh.
She took care of it.
Okay, welcome in, DB. Wait a minute. BDBGP. Thank you so very much for joining us today. Thank you guys, all of you, so much. I'm getting down here to the bottom. Dominique LeBleu, do you have a thumbnail up yet for the Queen's Live? Okay. Katrina, I'm glad you had a granny to raise you, from Cynthia. I didn't have 13 siblings, but 2 under me, and life ended at the age of 11 because I had to help a lot. Yes, I've heard that story as well. And that's why it was hard for Philip with his own son, because he was the only child. So like Sleazy said, yeah, he was spoiled. He up here competing with a baby. I was like, boy, you better get out of my face about why you didn't treat me like that. Why you let him get away with this and get away with that? I said, because I'm not his mama, I'm his grandmama. Okay, grandmamas do things a little bit different. So
yeah,
thank you knew for dropping her link. Appreciate you. Okay, 775 Media. Thank you so much. Great show. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. So yeah.
But everybody knows when you have grandchildren, you treat your grandchildren differently. You buy them all this, the little tricks, the little treats and things like that. And when they come over to your grandma and grandpa's house, they have whatever they want to eat and sugar and things. Because see, you can give them right back to their mama and daddy full of sugar and they can get on their nerves.
Yep, send them on back home. So before we get out of here, I wanted to make sure, let's see, to let you guys know that we've been monetized and I need to have a monetization party. Well, I want to have a monetization party. So my community post out there, I've already put a thumbnail out there. So November the 13th, so about a week and a half or a week or so, in a few days, is going to be, it's on a Sunday, and we're going to cook brunch for you guys and chit chat and just catch up with what's up, what's happening. So that is going to be Sunday, November the 13th. And I have it out on my community tab. That will be Yaya's Best Life monetization party. And also, I believe this month of November is mental health awareness. So make sure, if not for yourself, if there's someone you know or someone in your family, make sure you just pay attention to what people are going through. A lot of time in the fall month, and it hits me as well sometimes in the fall months, the season, the change of the seasons, people kind of get down and get depressed. So be there if you can for those that may need your help.
Also, too, Veterans Day is coming up. So if you see a veteran, give them a thanks for their service and stuff in the military, and any family member that has a military person in the military. Much respect to you and them for serving and keeping us safe.
I know we're going through a lot of things going on in this country right now, but we've been afforded a lot of opportunities that other countries, and hopefully we don't get to that point with all the ugly that's going on right now, that because of a lot of things that the military does, we've been safe enough to be able to get up and do what we want to do and come and go as we have. So we're thankful for that. And don't forget to go vote.
On the 8th of November, for whatever party you want, Republican, Democrat, Independent, just exercise your right to vote. That's your right.
If that's what you choose to do. So, yes.
And with all of that, almost, we only got like 6 more minutes here before we hand off to who?
Dominique LeBleu.
LeBleu.
Yes, we will be handing off to her.
Because we'll be getting off with them here in a few minutes.
Come to the screen, Jer. Stop cussing at him, Tim, or Philip.
Get up.
Jer, come here, Jer.
Thank you, Rashonda.
Hands on.
Bye, Yaya.
Get in the camera.
Yeah,
so
everybody can see you.
Get on in the camera so I can see you. I don't see your face.
There
you is. Hold your head up so I can see.
Oh, he's looking down at the screen.
Oh, there he is.
I like your haircut. It was, y'all. It was all puffy and woolly and everything. Finally, his mom got it cut.
That's my dude there, y'all. Me and him was riding and dying. Who loved you, Jer? Oh, you gonna
he's so corny now.
Oh, you wait till I see you then, little rascal. Watch what I do to you.
Y'all, ever since he done turned 10, it's like he ain't got time for us on the phone. Although he's still trying to get here to Florida. He hasn't gotten here yet. So
he will though.
Oh, thank you so much, Tay Life. Thank you guys. Yeah, that's the thing Philip gonna have to watch out for, and he got them kind of eyes. Kick them girls to the curb, but Yaya had to go head on and live her life or whatever. I couldn't be sitting there monitoring what was going to be happening with him. I leave that to Philip. I'm with the young man. It's PS time. Absolutely, Big Rooster. That's what he wanted to do. Or what's that game he plays? Blocks or what have you?
God, Roblox, Minecraft, Fortnite. He's playing Gotham Knights right now on PS5. He's
Well, you said he had to spend some time reading today.
Yeah, he's
so
gonna do
please
some
make
reading
sure
today.
that happens.
So he's gonna read for about 30 minutes.
Jer, don't hurt me. Jer,
you know y'all talking to you. Get your little butt over in that camera so she can see you.
Come here.
Yeah.
Pause the game.
How?
Press the start button.
I just drive away.
Come
your
here.
kids love Roblox.
You can start
Roblox.
that game over, Jer. Get over here in that camera like I told you, boy. Don't make me come to this doggone computer screen and get you, boy.
I'm gonna let you get your ass whooped.
Hey, Philip, Jer, when your daddy say it's time for you to look at me. When your daddy says it's time for you to read, I don't want him calling me because you throwing a tantrum. You hear me? Okay, you read whatever it is he got for you to read, okay? Or one of your books.
Or else I'm gonna come to Seattle and I'm gonna take all your stuff like I did your daddy.
You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yaya, love you.
Love you, big boy.
What?
Here.
Thank you.
No, he gone.
Gone.
Now.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so very much. Let's see. Monday and Wednesdays is healthy eating on Yaya's Best Life channel. Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. I still try to keep it a little healthy, but as Tim told you in the very beginning, you got to have some meat. Thursday is what we call Tequila Thursday. We don't drink tequila every Thursday. We started out that way. We had to give that up, but we'll still have a nice meal for you. And Fridays is high noon, 12 p.m. We go live and have lunch with you. We leave our Saturday and Sunday open for pop-up lives and or for Yaya just to work on YouTube and get ready for the next week. So that is our schedule. I've put it out on the community post. I will put it out there again. We are so thankful that you guys came and visited with us today. So thank you so very, very much. And Philip, thank you so very much for being our guest and giving my peeps a little insight on Yaya. And your mom loves you.
And go see Hawks.
And go see Hawks. So you guys, you can switch over to Dominique LeBlue. And with all of that said, oh, I forgot. As I say in each and every one of my videos, time is our most precious commodity. So make sure you value your time, spend your time wisely with yourself and those that are closest to you. And with all that said, what time is it?
It's Yaya's time. Yaya time. What you say? Yaya time. Yaya time. Okay, Yaya time. And now, here's Dominique LeBlue.
Bye, y'all. See you on the next channel.